Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
You are once again welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more updates, like and also share to other members to watch as well. You can equally leave a comment after watching or send us a voice note on our WhatsApp number. Thank you. I want you to join me listening to what we have for you today. Thank you.
That's an absolute lie. He says in 2013, 14 million was paid into my ADB account. I have my 2013 bank statement. I'll let you look through and see if there's any 14 million payment. The only payment that was made to me by government, Accountant General, was my salary arrears of 230,000 cedis. That's all. In 2013? In 2013. I'll show you that bank statement.
No ex gratia or...
No ex gratia. I was paid 230,000 as salary arrears in 2013. I'll show it to you first. And later, if you want, we can call a group of you journalists. Of course, I don't want to publish my bank statement, but I can put it before you and you look through all the payments and see if there's a 14 million CD payment. I didn't receive any such payment. And he also says that I receive privileges and perks since I left office in 2017, worth 15 million CDs. That is absolutely untrue. I receive only my monthly pension, like President Kufuor, President Rawlings was receiving until he died. That's all I get. I pay the electricity bill for my house and my office. I pay the water bill for my house and my office. I live in my own accommodation, so the state does not pay me anything for accommodation. They haven't given me an office. I rent an office in East Cantonments. I pay the rent myself. I pay my own fuel. The state doesn't give me fuel. I pay my own domestic staff. I pay my own medical bills. I pay my own air tickets when I travel. You know, I'm traveling tonight. I bought those tickets myself, for myself and my wife. And so all those things he said are rubbish. Yes, somebody gave him what we're entitled to. And probably they're doing it for President Kufuor, but they are not doing it for me.
So there was some arrangement as to what...
It was approved in Parliament. Normally when you leave, yes, they approve what should be done for you.
You are not being...
It's not being done. It's not being done for me.
Why?
I don't get electricity, I don't get water, I don't get medical.
Why exactly?
Richard, is this what you responded to?
Yeah. You know, before I speak to that, I've restrained myself to engage Sammy in the back and forth, right?
Let's move on.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
there are certain things I wanted to speak to, but I think
you can do briefly if if you think that's you. Otherwise, let's move on.
Okay.
Well,
you know, the conversation when I heard the former president say that, and ordinarily is not something I would want to respond to, unless that it has constitutional implications. So you want to find out if something benefit that is approved by law to be extended to the former president and it's not being extended. You want to find out why is that not being done. Is it one, because he's renounced it or he says he doesn't want it, or the government is denying him that because they feel they don't have obligation to him, which I think that in law they do have an obligation to him. So when he said that, I think it was a serious statement to be made. Then I made inquiries and found that there were evidence of such payments being made to him or to his office, and individuals who work with him that have been paid. Okay?
But he didn't make that claim.
Which one?
He didn't say that people in his office are not paid.
He said that.
Oh, he says he pays for his own domestic staff. That's what he said. He said, I pay for my own domestic staff. He didn't say his office staff.
No.
Yeah, he said, I pay for my own domestic staff. That's what he said.
But who are those? Are they not staff?
No, it's household. Domestic staff is household.
Okay. Well, but
those who work in my office are not my domestic staff.
No, you may have to play.
Yeah, please play it back.
I think
domestic staff. Please play it back. He said domestic staff. That's what he said.
Okay, but that's fine. That is not the only.
Paid.
that's
president.
That's an absolute lie. He says in 2013, 14 million was paid into my ADB account. I have my 2013 bank statement. I'll let you look through and see if there's any 14 million payment. The only payment that was made to me by government, Accountant General, was my salary arrears of 230,000 cedis. That's all. In 2013. I'll show you that bank statement.
No ex gratia or...
No ex gratia. I was paid 230,000 as salary arrears in 2013. I'll show it to you first. And later, if you want, we can call a group of you journalists. Of course, I don't want to publish my bank statement, but I can put it before you and you look through all the payments and see if there's a 14 million CD payment. I didn't receive any such payment. And he also says that I receive privileges and perks since I left office in 2017 worth 15 million CDs. That is absolutely untrue. I receive only my monthly pension, like President Kufuor, President Rawlings was receiving until he died. That's all I get. I pay the electricity bill for my house and my office. I pay the water bill for my house and my office. I live in my own accommodation, so the state does not pay me anything for accommodation. They haven't given me an office. I rent an office in East Cantonments. I pay the rent myself. I pay my own fuel. The state doesn't give me fuel. I pay my own domestic staff. I pay my own medical bills. I pay my own air tickets when I travel. You know, I'm traveling tonight. I bought those tickets myself, for myself and my wife.
That's it. So he said domestic stuff.
Fine, but that's not the only issue
Yes.
in contention. He also mentioned about an office that he's not provided and he pays for, rented an office
yes.
and he pays.
The
There's
rent
a-
and the utilities
Yes,
for the office. Yes.
There's a communication that we have seen that goes to contradict what a statement is made in respect of that.
That what? That the state pays for the rent?
Yes, the state is
Office, office.
Yes, except that we didn't circulate those documents. I'll show you the evidence we have, right? And we made a conscious decision not to share those documents as have been circulating on social media. He mentioned that he pays for his own fuel, means that he has a vehicle given to him by the state, right? As a benefit that he's supposed to get. But the moral of this response is to say that is the state supposed to be doing something for him and is not doing that
Yes.
for him?
Yes.
That is the balance of what argument we were making.
Yes.
And if they are supposed to be doing and they are not doing, then we have a responsibility to respond also. But what we found out is that at least some of these things are being done. Okay?
My
hold on.
question,
Yeah.
I get the point you're making. My question is that he grants an interview
Yeah.
and he refers to specific things that are not being done. First of all, he responds to accusations made by one of the original chairmen.
Right. I'm not responding
No,
to
I'm
that.
just saying, I'm just putting it in context. And so he's asked questions and he mentions specific things. He says that one, I have not been paid any 14 million. I was not paid 40 million in 2013 as ex gratia. He mentions the figure he was paid in 2013 as yes, and salary arrears. And then he says that they put together something, he says privileges, and that from 2017 I've enjoyed about 15 million cedis per these privileges. And he says that he lives in his own home. The state does not pay him anything for living in his own home. And per what was approved,
The state should.
the state should. Now, is that being disputed? He says that I've rented my own office at East Cantonments. I pay for it. Should the state be providing him that? Is that in dispute? He says that I pay my own utilities. It refers to water and electricity.
Yeah.
At my home and my office. Should the state be providing that? Is that in dispute? He says that I pay for my own medical bills. Is that in dispute? He says that I pay for my own travels. In fact, I'm traveling tonight. The tickets for myself and my wife, I bought them myself. Is that in dispute? Are those things in dispute? And those things he refers to, are they part of the privileges that he's entitled to per what was approved in Parliament?
Yeah, so, Zina, I think that we're speaking, I suppose, about the same. The difficulty with this conversation is that I cannot share the evidence openly, but I can.
Evidence of what?
Evidence of payment of office for him. Now,
office rent.
Yes, I have the evidence. I can show that to you. No, I'll show it to you. Don't worry. But the point is, you cannot circulate that.
Why? But you've circulated a lot of documents
I'm
already.
not talking about me as Director of Communication of MP.
Which documents did you give the journalists and take back from them yesterday? Because our radio, our news person who was at the presser yesterday on Pato's show said that they were giving some documents. One of them was headed the presidency.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, the gentleman came back and told them that they say that he shouldn't go ahead to give them the document. So he took the document.
Yeah, that's a mistake by someone. But the same way I'm telling you that I don't want to share the document. In fact, during the press conference, I indicated that.
No, but
that we're not going to share.
No, but the former president says that he pays for his own office, and it's about 6 years. What he is indicating is that for 6 years, he has paid for his own office. You're saying that you have documents that disprove that.
On the face of the document I have, suggests that arrangement.
Put it out.
Huh?
Put it out.
Let us see it here.
Oh, so
you don't put it out. Let us see it.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. But the point is, just wait. I'll show it to you. You can see the documents. But the point is, just wait.
So he submitted his tenancy agreement to you, and you've paid.
Not to me. I mean,
no,
to the particular. Yeah. So between you and I, between you and I, this is not a fact that we have to debate amongst us. The document I have suggests otherwise what he said. Okay, so we are not going because I didn't generate the document.
But we've not seen the document.
But you've seen some of it on.
No, I've not seen this rent one.
I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Because if I show it to you, the verification. Are you going to put it on the screen? You want to put it on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll send it to. And once I finish speaking, I'll send it to you so you can put it up. Okay. But the point I'm saying is that we have a document that suggests that what he said is not exactly the case. If he has a contrary evidence, it should be provided so that we then.
No, you should be providing a contrary evidence. That's for him. He has spoken.
So that's what I'm saying that we have provided. You are just saying that he says he's paid for it.
No, you've not provided it.
Huh?
You've not provided it.
You've not seen this document?
The rent one?
Yes.
Never.
Okay, I'll show it to you.
What I've seen are his office staff and some vehicles with pictures.
Okay, so if you want somebody to talk, I'll just look. It's a list of.
No, just go. No, let him because he did the presser. Let him finish. You go.
So it's done.
So we flagged that. So go.
Yes.
Okay,
so the idea.
So he says it's accommodation.
Right.
That one too. You have a contrary view on it.
No, I'm saying I didn't mention his accommodation. I'm just saying that.
For the documents.
I'm taking you through the specific allegations he made. You said with the office, so you have contrary evidence.
Yes. So what I'm saying,
accommodation.
Hold on. Yes. What we have done.
Yes.
Is to assume a situation where his benefits and provided for by Article 71 are being denied him. So the approach to our conversation was that
he mentions specific. So let's not create the impression that he says that at least he said he's paid his pension.
Right.
So he mentions specific things that are not being done.
See that, hold on. Yeah. What I'm saying is that we took a position to respond to that. If you read our statement, we were not particularizing the items to say that.
But he did.
Yes. But we responded from a standpoint of the Article 71 provisions.
Okay.
That was our approach to it. Because if that is supposed to be provided for and it's not being provided, then we have a problem. Now, there's evidence that some of the things provided for his benefits or enjoyment under Article 71 are being provided for.
Why not all?
Sorry?
Why not all? Is somebody empowered to vary or to decide what a person must get and what he must not get?
That conversation,
6 years on.
That conversation can be had. But I'm responding to a situation where an impression was created. An impression was created that some benefits or benefits that are due him.
No, he said some.
No.
He mentioned, he particularized. So you cannot say that he created an impression that...
Well, that was the impression I got.
Really?
Yes. That he was being denied. And if you see that the nature of our press statement spoke to the global Article 71 issues.
Okay.
Understand? So under that in that context, the evidence we were seeing suggests that the statement of the former president was not entirely true. And that was the response we made. And we were careful to say that it amounts to invalidating the provision of the Constitution. So if it's something that is being done untoward, then it needs to be addressed. And we ask, and he's searching for, we don't see any evidence where the former president has said that. I don't want these benefits, okay? And we haven't seen anywhere where it's documented that government says we're not going to give it to you. So that castle does not exist. So to create the impression that he's being disadvantaged under law was of a concern to us.
But
that was the response that we came from. That was the position we came from.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. So simply, it is on twofold. The press conference was supposed to achieve two things. One, to clear the air that no, we see evidence that government is supporting you in certain regards or in certain regards. We don't have the full evidence of that, but the impression you created to suggest that you are not benefiting under Article 71 is not exactly correct.
All right.
You understand? Okay. So, Sammy, just take your time. I don't know why you are in so much hurry. Yeah, you understand? All right. Just okay. Let me land for you so you can come. Okay. You see, so let's not get to a point where it's as if that we are particularizing that is domestic, is this, and that is what we are responding to. Okay. But if there is contrary evidence, I think that because of the nature of the conversation now, maybe the appropriate authorities may have to bring the documentation to bear or have a situation where it's reconciled that what must be given to him is actually given, unless he is taking a position to say, I don't want those things. Okay. That's a fact we want to put across. Right. But I'll just give you the document.
Okay, all right. Go. Yes.
Since His Excellency John Dramani Mahama left office 7 January 2017, he's been living a very content life as a former president. He has never complained about the provision or adequacy of any entitlement, perk, or benefits that is due him by the state. He has not complained even once. He's minding his own business, serving his party and mother Ghana and humanity in general as former president. But what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his family, and the NDC will not accept is for mischievous elements in the New Patriotic Party to continue to bastardize his hard-won reputation by peddling lies against him. That is what he will not accept, and that is what every discerning, every objective Ghanaian must not accept. If any NDC person comes to sit on this platform to berate, attack, or lie against Richard Ahiagbah, in spite of the fact that he is my opponent, I will not accept it.
Are you sure?
I will not accept it. And that is why I've never lied against you. We must not tolerate that culture in our body politics. That can't say, didn't say it can't so one man, you guys have lied against him consistently over the years. What do you want from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama? You lied against him when he was in power, that he and his wife were the owners behind DKM. And that he had bought houses in Dubai. He had spent $10 million on the printing of presidential diaries, an accusation that was leveled against him by now President Akufo-Addo, then candidate Akufo-Addo. He said he had stolen money from the Ridge Hospital project by inflating the cost of the project, the Kumasi Airport Rehabilitation Project, and so on and so forth, without a shred of evidence. It's been 6 years since John Mahama left office. Today he still remains squeaky clean. Squeaky clean. Because you have not been able to adduce a scintilla of evidence to buttress any of the things you said against him while you were in opposition and he was in power as president. As if that was not enough, our friends in the NPP are still determined to destroy the reputation of the former president and to continuously lie against them. But you see, because God is not a liar, today their cup is full. They have been exposed for who they are. They now have X all over their faces. You see the way Richard was struggling? Doc, if Richard is a man of integrity like I know he is. He should apologize to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on this platform. Why? Because he owes him that apology. Why? He has personally lied against John Mahama.
What did he say?
I want to read to you paragraph 9 of the statement Richard read yesterday.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I am sure you watched former President Mahama interview with Alfred Okansi on TV3's Ghana Tonight show, where he said that the government does not take care of his expenses as former president and beneficiary of Article 71. He said he takes care of all his bills. Listen to what your brother said, Doc. Including his rented office and staff salaries. You've listened to the tape. Where did your mama say that? When he spoke about staff salaries, like we have listened to the tape again, he qualified it and said domestic staff. He never said all his expenses are not paid for. All his bills are not paid for. So you created your own distortion and you proceeded to defend same in the name of a press conference. You created your own questions and proceeded to answer same. Richard, if somebody had done that to you, how would you feel? The man didn't say what you claim he said at paragraph 9 of your statement. And so if you are a gentleman like I know you are, you will do what gentlemen do. You will apologize. You will not say that is okay, that's okay, that is not the only issue in contention. This is what we do in Ghana and people get away with lies. Admit that you got it wrong and apologize. Again, your communicator, a member of the communication team you had, and the Bono regional chairman of your party, is on public record to have alleged that His Excellency Mahama was paid an amount of 40 million Ghana cedis in 2013 as ex gratia, and has been paid a total of 15 million Ghana cedis in privileges and perks since he left office in 2017. As you sit here now, you know that that allegation is a barefaced lie. You know it. You could not even comment on it in your press conference. You have not been able to adduce a scintilla of evidence to buttress that claim. His Excellency Mahama has responded head on and even offered to provide his bank statement, his ADB bank statements, to the media for them to scrutinize. Because he has not been paid any such monies. You are here. You want to just push it aside conveniently for us to talk about what? Admit that Abonye lied. He's your communicator. He's a regional executive. You are a national executive. Admit it. Okay? Let's not, in the name of politics, undermine and destroy the reputation of people. If President Mahama was your family member, I'm not sure you would have supported, a campaign of calumny against him like you guys have done. It is not right. It is not fair. It is not fair. And some of the things I heard Richard talk about in this press conference, look, I was shocked. Richard said that, why is President Mahama talking about the need for us as a country to have a discussion about Article 71?
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you said that. You said that President Mahama had the opportunity to implement the white paper and the report of the
Constitutional Review Commission.
Professor Fiajo Constitutional Review Commission reports, but failed to do so. And so, why is he now promising, to review Article 71? My brother, it was the NDC government in 2010, when John Mahama was a vice president of this country, that set out to review the commission. We set up the Fiajo Commission to review the 1992 Constitution. Okay, Doc, aside that, when the commission's report was ready, we issued, President Mills, sometime in December 2011, issued the white paper. The specific recommendation the Fiajo Commission made with regards to the emoluments of Article 71 holders, government accepted that recommendation in this white paper. Check point 8 of that white paper. We said that we agree with the commission that instead of having this ad hoc emoluments committee every 4 years, which Parliament should, by an act of Parliament, establish a standing independent emoluments commission, to determine the emoluments of all public how do you call it, public office holders. We accepted that. And we actually constituted a 5-member implementation committee, of which the late Ahiagbah was a member.
And what happened?
What happened was that the minority at the time opposed the implementation process. And I can read, yes, in Parliament. I can read you stories. They said that the government should not have issued a white paper in the first place. That were undermining the independence of the legislature and all that. They made sure that they said that they were not going to allow the review of the commission, as proposed by the Fiajo, the constitution, as proposed by the Fiajo commission. They opposed it. I can read stories to you. And in addition to that, okay, Professor Kwekwaza, your friend,
yes,
sued the commission. People have forgotten. In the Supreme Court. That matter was determined late 2015. And so, by that time, we had entered 2016 in an election year. We didn't have ample time to build consensus on most of the issues. Because most of the issues that had to be, amended, including this issue of Article 71, were entrenched provisions. So you needed to build some consensus, not only in Parliament, but also in the country. Because the constitutional requirement for the amendment of entrenched provisions, you need to go on a referendum. And so if President Mahama says that, yes, we weren't able to implement the report of the commission because of some of these things, the government's white paper, this government has also abandoned the process for 6 years. And that when we get another opportunity, we will revisit it and see how we can at least implement the non-contentious ones. So that for the contentious ones, we can see how we can build consensus on, see what wrong has he done. That you should call a press conference on this, berate him and attack him for nothing. So look, Doc, they have lied against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. They have been exposed.
But
and he should apologize for that. And I am putting it on record here. No, Doc, let me just land. I am putting it on record here that Richard Ahiagbah has lied. That's, apart from the first lie, he has lied again that the office accommodation of His Excellency former President Mahama is paid by the state. Randy, I know firsthand the amount of money His Excellency pays for that office. This government has not paid a dime, a peso for that office. And if he is a man of integrity, show us the document you are talking about.
All right. Okay.
No,
just in a minute.
Just show us the document.
Richard, in a minute. We need to go.
Show us the document.
So just hold on. I was looking for that. I haven't found in the cluster of
information. You haven't found what's in the
cluster of information.
But don't give him the name. This is a game. No, we should not encourage it. He's playing games with our viewers. You say you have a document. We should give you time.
But I was looking for
where is the document? Where is the document?
Just hold on.
You have released official documents from the office of the Chief of Staff, including payment vouchers. And you are saying that you don't have this document. Show us the document.
Sammy, just hold on. Yes, in a minute.
Where is the document?
This righteous pontification is engaging. The point I am making is that document I'll give
somebody
you. But meanwhile, he mentioned
continue lying against people.
Yeah, Richard.
He mentioned also about his flight ticket. He bought that. I have a copy of a refund sort.
The 2017 one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, Syria, we called this press conference based on the fact that we felt that there was something being done. I'll give some of the documents to you. I'll get the other
Not some. The document that shows that this government has paid for the office accommodation of John Mahama. You said it was on your phone and you were going to send it to Annie.
Yes.
Richard, you are not doing your integrity any good. We are all brothers, irrespective of our different.
So you're not going to let me talk.
Stop lying. You have no such document. Admit it and apologize. Admit it and apologize. You have no such document. Don't do that. Emphatal. You have not. You know that what you're saying is not true. Please don't do this.
I beg you.
You know that I admire you as a person. Don't do this. I will not sit here for you to lie against the former president and say that you have a document. You are going to give it to Dr. Ahiagbah. Look, I know you are being charitable, but me.
Sammy, let me tell you something. Just relax. Just relax.
Look,
there is no document.
Yeah.
That proves that the office accommodation is paid for by government.
No document. But I saw that document. I think I don't know.
Maybe something else flashed your eyes. There's no document.
I saw the document. I made a conscious decision not to circulate it. But I'll make sure I have.
But you have released all documents on his vehicles.
I have not released
documents that catches payments to his office staff. You release all. But the document that shows that you are paying for his office accommodation, you can't release.
You know, Sammy won't like.
Brother, you are lying. You are lying. You are lying.
Sammy, you made a point.
Yeah, the idea that the former president couldn't have acted to repeal Article 71, as Sammy is talking about minority opposers, it's not true. He didn't need anybody's consensus to act on the commission's report that the government has issued a white paper to agree to. So that is established position that Sammy should not be trying here to lie to us about. But the document, what I have seen, and I think I can find it in my office.
Any document.
I am not saying
we will come here next week.
Yes.
No, there's
bring the document if you have it. There is no document. You have been exposed. There is no document.
No, what I'm saying is I'm speaking to what basis I have to say that. I'll show you that document. So when I show it to you and you disagree,
that all of a sudden because you have been made communication director, you want to please your soldiers. So now you are even
your source.
You are undermining your own character.
Why are you being so unruly?
I'm not being unruly. You are the one being unruly because you are lying against a former president. That you, whereas you pay for his office accommodation, the former president is lying that you don't pay for it.
Rich's source.
It's what?
Sometimes our sources mislead us.
But he said he saw a document. He said he was told.
No, his source.
At least show us the fake document. Show us the fake
Rich's
document.
source.
I'm not saying
he has not seen anything.
Rich's
He
source
concocted it.
No, his source.
He wasn't like this before he became communication director. Now he wants to please his food soldiers. He wants to organize a press conference because you've heard that communication directors organize press conferences. So even when you don't have facts, you want to do a press conference. My brother, let's go.
Ignore Sammy.
Apologize.
Sammy,
at least say sorry. At least say sorry. At least say sorry that you got it.
No.
It won't take anything away from you. You
When
owe
you
the
read
former
my
president an
press
apology.
statement,
You
when
owe
you
him
read
an
the press
apology.
statement, it didn't convict him in any way. I am speaking to the broader issue of Article 71. So if vehicle is contained in Article 71 and the impression is created that it's not given, I'm interested in addressing
but he didn't speak about vehicles.
But you see, you are talking about...
You couldn't
have spoken
No,
about
but he
everything.
said, you see, you are responding to a person who's made specific allegations.
Yeah.
And you are providing evidence for what he didn't speak about.
Yeah. But see,
so it's like you're erecting your own...
If you are able to produce a document,
in the air,
if he's able to produce a document that shows that the government has paid for the office accommodation of John Mahama before, I will walk from here to my house and I will not step in this
just be quiet for a second. 2022. So he spoke about flight tickets. I have evidence of that. I can give
that in
bring the document on office accommodation.
You've seen that document.
So 2018
is that evidence? Is that evidence that he's been given that?
But it will even be. Listen.
There's evidence that he's been given that.
That's why the former president has traveled once since he became
that's why I
former
asked you whether anybody is clothed with the authority to decide, what I'll give when I'll
that's
give.
That's what we are also supposed to.
The Constitution provides that you cannot vary the terms of
for 6 years.
Yeah.
The person says I buy my own plane ticket. In fact, tonight I'm traveling with my wife. I bought a ticket.
But
and the evidence is that in 2017 you paid for a ticket.
Yeah, so what happened? That means
because President Mahama, since he became former president, only traveled in 2017. So he didn't travel in 2019, 2020, 2021.
At least
behave what? At least you have lied here that you have a document you are going to produce. Where is the document?
At least there are two basic things. The man says that I live in my own accommodation.
Yeah.
They've not provided same.
Very well.
6 years. What is government's
response? He gave President Kufuor an accommodation that he was
What is government's response to that? That for 6 years, that has not been provided. What's government's response?
I'm sure that will be responded to. And the question...
you didn't see the need to
respond to that in your press conference.
Have you read the full statement?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, but you are here. I don't need to read.
But you need to read to get context. And Sammy won't be quiet for me to tell you what...
Let him bring the document. He said the document is on his phone.
There's no document.
Bring the document.
No, wait. Specifically to...
Richie, let's go.
No, specifically to...
Let's go. The document is what we need. Just give us the document.
We need to go after.
Today you have even let's give us the document.
You were here earlier when you were saying
respect his shift. He has respect. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you for staying tuned. We much appreciate your time on the channel. Stay blessed.
Dedika ma mamenna PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good.
Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.